Yo, what is happening, everybody? In YouTube land. I was asked to do this. I'm laying in the couch. This is like the most relaxed live feed ever. You know what? I'll do one thing. You know, no. Let me see how much juice I have left. Hold on. I need to get my battery. Hold on. This is not gonna end well if I don't have my battery. I want to use my mic, but I want my battery too. I want it to stay up. And I have to sacrifice my port. I have another couple videos to post. I'll do it tomorrow. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. We are here live. Hopefully you can hear me well. If you can't hear me well, let me know. I can't get the mic right now because I need to charge. So, in order for me to use the mic, of course, I have to, maybe I'll try my headphones. Maybe it'll start using the mic in my ear pods. Maybe that'll sound better. Who knows? Here is said AirPod. So, maybe that'll make the microphone better. I don't know. If you can hear me better now, let me know. Because it's like closer to my face instead of the phone being so far away. What's going on, everybody? I like the lighting in here. It's perfect. It's almost as good as the little studio that I put together. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. We had a fun day today. I spent a lot of time in traffic today. We had a great show on the Orlando Tourism Report. We were talking about the Images of Modern America book. Let me grab the book for you guys. Hopefully, Happy Living. Hey, Happy Living. Happy Friday to you, too. Let me get the book that we were talking about on the show so I can show you. It is awesome sauce. One of the best books about a theme park that I've read. It's actually awesome. There's a lot of great historical photos in here of Busch Gardens, and it's actually very fascinating. Very fascinating stuff. So, it just was an absolute pleasure to talk to Josh. You know, when you talk to someone that knows about the history of a park and knows intently why things happened and all that stuff, it's just so fascinating. And Josh just knows so much about the history of that park, that it was one of the best interviews that we've had. I know I say that every week, but it really is. This really is. It really was one of my favorites. And next week we have Wallach on, Joshua Wallach. So that'll be a big interview. Yeah, lots of Busch Gardens. Like a lot of Busch. Well, it's so. I guess for us as hosts, it's such a fascinating topic for us because there's not a lot of information out there. So I can imagine that we got carried away. We didn't even get to the news or anything. It was only supposed to be an hour long. He was supposed to be on there 30 minutes or whatever, or 45 minutes, whatever it is. And yeah, that didn't happen. It turned into 2 hours because it was so fascinating. So it was a great 2 hours today on the radio. Even during the stuff we were doing during breaks, was the conversation we were having during the breaks was awesome as well. So pretty cool. What's happening, everybody? I have a lot of people in here. Hello, YouTube folks. I'm gonna give myself a cool filter. Why not? Ooh, I like this. Our dance party. It's Friday. It's dance party time. It's Jen. Hi, Jen. Welcome, everybody. What do you guys want to talk about? I was asked to go live. So I am live. Let's see, we had Legoland Beach Retreat. Looks really nice. The rooms look really nice. I'm going to be staying there soon. Um, the rooms look really nice. They had some really interesting drinks. There was one that was like in a Capri Sun bag. That was pretty cool. It's like a Capri Sun, but it was an alcoholic beverage. That was quite interesting. And then there was the pool looked nice, had Lego pieces in it like their water park does. And then there was the what was it? The rooms. There's like a giant lighthouse at the resort there. It's pretty cool. It looked pretty neat. A lot of stuff happened this week. We had Fallon open this week. We had the Legoland Resort open this week. We had other stuff too. I want to see what other stuff at Disney. Oh, we had Polite Pig. It's opening on Monday. So it's been a busy week. They also sent out the invites for Pandora this week for the media event. So, and then we had the State of Orange County meeting today. There's 2 resorts at Legoland. There's the Legoland Hotel and then the beach resort, the beach retreat. And I think there's going to be a third, but I'm not sure. I honestly couldn't tell you right off the top of my head. So, yeah. Legoland has 2 resorts. Sorry about that. Legoland has 2 resorts. They have the hotel and then they have the beach retreat. And I think there's a third one. If I remember correctly, there's a third one, but coming. We had some interesting news today that another attraction will be built at iDrive 360, or attractions is going to be built at iDrive 360 in the front of the plaza there in like the grass field. So it'll be interesting to see that. And they're going to break ground on the Star Flyer in like a couple weeks. So that's pretty cool. We got some progress there. Slowly, everything that has been announced for iDrive is happening. Skyplex, I didn't know about Skyplex, but they canceled the hotel at Skyplex. They initially asked for more rooms, and then I guess they canceled it altogether, and the budget has gone down for Skyplex. So I don't know what's going to happen there. I think we'll still have a Skyplex no matter what, but the budget keeps dropping, so we'll see what happens. That side of iDrive needs a lot of love, so we'll see what happens over there, if anything happens at all. Wallach is coming on the show next week, so we'll be sure to grill him with all these questions. I'm yeah, I want to see what's going on. The parking garage is going up, the Hollywood garage. They're putting the restaurant on top there, so that should be good. There's also talk. Yeah, Skyplex was pretty insane. It was like massive. The budget was huge. And I mean, they are still looking for when they announced it, they were still looking for financing. So I guess they can't find financing for the hotel. They're looking at Chinese investors for the hotel, and I guess they couldn't find the investors. So I guess that one just is scrap. But across the street from where that is going, there's the Wyndham Hotel, which has been there forever. Which I stayed in the building, what used to be on iDrive, like right on iDrive, there was a building there. I stayed in there like a couple months before it closed, and I didn't even know that it was closing. And that's where they put the shopping plaza now on iDrive. I stayed there like maybe like 6 months or so before it closed, and they tore it down and just only used half the hotel. But now there's a rumor floating around that they're going to, or no, I guess they're going to redevelop the hotel. So I guess they're going to reinvest into it. I guess they didn't really say what redevelop meant, so that could, I don't think they're going to tear it down. I personally think they're just going to fix it up. It wasn't a bad resort at the time that I stayed at it. It wasn't. Yeah, this is right on the corner of iDrive and Sand Lake. So, like the middle of iDrive. What I consider the middle of the tourist district of iDrive. It's basically where the county line is. One side is Orange County, and one side is Orlando. Across the street from Mango's is where the Wyndham was. There's a Chewy's there now, and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, the eye is a little further down the street, but it's there. Ripley's is right across the street from Mango's. There's a couple restaurants. I think a Longhorn. There's a Longhorn, a Chewy's. There's a Cooper's Hawk. Then there's a bunch of gift shops. There's the um, oh, yeah, and there's also America's Great Escape Room game there too. So it's there's a couple of things. There's a couple of things. I'm excited. This is good development for that area. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But I hope they fix up the Wyndham because it seems like a nice resort, and I like that over there. But they want to build more resorts, and I don't know if iDrive needs more resorts. I don't think it needs more. I think it's good with what it is. I think the occupancy at some of these resorts is low, so maybe we don't need to. I don't know. I think what they should do is fix up a lot of these, put some sort of plan in place to renovate all of these these older hotels on the other side of iDrive there on the past Sand Lake there, the Orange County side, closer to Wet and Wild. All those hotels need to be renovated, either torn down and redone altogether, or just renovated from the ground up. And if we had like some 5-star hotels over there or something, I think that would be super super fantastic. Not even 5-star, just 4-star, 3-star, something over there to keep up with the convention side there. I think that'd be great as well. I think that area of town just needs a little sprucing up. Um, if we can do that, then I think that'll help a lot. I'm gonna give you guys 3 more minutes here, and then I'm gonna cut it off. So if you have any questions for me, anything that happened this week, Fallon ride, I've been on that. It's okay. The pre queue is awesome. The queue is awesome for that, but the ride is no big deal. Cool seeing Fallon in the park all week. That was really cool. He was out and about all day, doing all kinds of stuff, all kinds of recording and different skits and things, and he was it was just a lot of stuff. So Fallon did an awesome job this week, really hyping up the ride, really hyping up Universal, and yeah. So I'm sure you're tired of hearing about Fallon. It is one of the most hyped. It's not a e-ticket attraction. I don't think it's not a high end attraction, but it got a lot of hype for something that I feel is a smaller attraction. It's not a Transformers or a Harry Potter, but it got a lot of hype. But I mean, the building is really cool. Yeah. Oh, well. See the Adam the Woo thing. You're talking about Adam the Woo. There's no comments. There's a petition floating around. You know, there's a phrase that gets. I'm gonna kill myself for saying this. Um, this because this is gonna be saved forever on YouTube. But there's a phrase that goes around that you don't want to get wooed at the parks, and that basically means I love Adam the Woo. I'm not saying that. I think he's a great guy. I just you shouldn't film where you're not supposed to, and he doesn't do that anymore. When he first started his channel, he was a lot more adventurous with his stuff, and now he doesn't do that anymore. And I think it's kind of bad that they've trespassed him, but in the same respect, he shouldn't have been back there. The stuff that he did at Disney that he got trespassed for, he shouldn't have been doing that either. So, you know, it. I think the next big thing that we're going to see is these companies start putting out trespasses for drones, because a lot of people are flying drones over the parks and using them to get video, and that'll be the next thing. That'll definitely be the next thing is drones. We'll start seeing, these trespasses handed out for people that are flying drones over construction sites and all that stuff. Helicopter photos are a dime a dozen. There's nothing they can really do about that. The drones right now, they're kind of unregulated, and I mean, if Universal wanted to, or these parks wanted to, they could make a no-fly zone like Magic Kingdom has over Magic Kingdom, where you can't fly over there unless you get special clearance, like the Blue Angels did this week. So, um, but yeah. So I mean, they could, but it's a lot of money, and you got to reroute planes, and it's a lot of work. So I don't see them doing it, but I do see them restricting drones and uh, smaller stuff like that from flying over. And I think that'll be interesting. I was listening to a podcast this week about drones and regulations, and these things are still babies, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of actual government regulations they actually put in place for these things, and where you can fly them and where you can't fly them, because right now it's sort of a free-for-all. um, but that'll change really quickly once the FAA gets their hands on them and make some rules and stuff like that. So we'll see. I'm sure that they'll say, you if you go so high, then you can only you can't, I don't know, something with the height. A drone can only go so high, so they'll restrict things that can only go such and such height. They can't go over private property you own. Because what it really comes down to is, you're kind of fighting over, do you own the air above your land? If you think about it, I mean, that's kind of what it is. So, or not the air, but the the sky above your land, I guess. But all right, guys, I'm gonna cut this off for now. Thanks to everyone who joined this quick little live feed. Thanks for chatting with me. We'll do more of these because everyone seems to like them. So more live feeds, more stuff from the parks. I have a couple of videos in the queue. I'll put them up tomorrow, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, guys, we'll see you. Thanks for joining tonight, and have an awesome Friday and hopefully an awesome weekend. And keep on living the dream. All right. Bye, guys.